Welcome to Lotus Night. Let the stillness carry you into deep rest. Go alone like a rhinoceros horn. Living buried in the world is difficult. Living with those who do not share your heart is even harder. Becoming a weary traveler on this long journey between birth and death is painful, so do not become a traveler worn down by ignorance. Avoid clinging to any place. Live freely in all directions, east, west, south, and north. Whether it is love or duty, being bound by any cause brings suffering. O seeker of the imperishable, be attached to nothing. Do not bind others under any justification either, that is attachment, a darkness deeper than hell. Letting go brings us freedom, and freedom is the only true condition for happiness. When our minds are tied to anger, anxiety, possessions, or any external thing, we cannot be free. Do not fear being alone. We are all born into this world alone, and we leave it alone. Though we know this, we often forget. Sometimes we feel lonelier when surrounded by others. When we realize that being with others does not always cure loneliness, we begin to wander. Being alone can feel uncertain and frightening. In close relationships, we feel alive. But when the fear of abandonment arises, we lose our direction. Fortunately, emotional dependence often decreases with age. As people grow older, they tend to be less interested in social validation, find deeper satisfaction in solitude, and turn toward inner concerns. Perhaps this natural change is a merciful design to help ease the pain of inevitable partings. Yet solitude is a blessing for some and unbearable loneliness for others. Theologian Paul Tillich observed, "Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being alone." Ask yourself, is your solitude painful loneliness or joyful independence? If your comfort depends on something outside yourself, you are experiencing loneliness, a weakened state. But solitude is not about dependence. It is the state of simply being with yourself. When we are grounded, we become open. This openness, born of curiosity and awareness, allows us to remain sensitive and awake. Solitude is often mistaken for isolation. While both involve being alone, their nature is entirely different. Solitude is peaceful, self-sufficient, and internally rich, even when meaningful connections still exist. Isolation, on the other hand, brings distress, disconnection, and emotional fatigue. As we grow older and spend more time alone, we must find peace in solitude. This space allows us to reflect, rediscover purpose, and gain clarity on what we truly want and how we want to live. If we do not pause and turn inward, we risk becoming strangers to ourselves, trapped in fear and avoidance. But those who nurture their inner strength through solitude discover that the voice within is their true self. They find peace and joy in their own company. Instead of craving care, they pursue knowledge and challenges that revitalize their lives. This ability to enjoy solitude and cultivate inner strength leads to personal growth and an elevated quality of life. The core of all spiritual practice is meditation, to truly see yourself. Life is short. Ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? What kind of person do I want to become? How do I want to live and leave this life? To strive for a better life without asking these questions is to walk in darkness. As we grow older, we must embrace solitude. When we are centered, solitude is never lonely. A grounded person is free. Solitude protects us from loneliness and gives us strength. Even when we are alone, we remain steady because we are not dependent on others. The Dhammapada says, Meditate alone, lie alone, walk alone, practice diligently alone, govern yourself alone, let go of all attachment and live alone. Be truly alone, and you will encounter a new world. This is not separation, but wholeness. You become the master of your life and the owner of your choices. It all comes down to mindset. How you view life determines whether you're isolated or at peace in solitude. Some may wonder if joy can truly exist in solitude. But relationships do not define happiness. We have overemphasized human connection and neglected other sources of fulfillment. The ability to be alone helps us embrace change and stay connected with our imagination. Even those who struggle with close relationships can find healing through creativity and purposeful structure. Many creative individuals value building meaningful lives more than constant social interaction. As William Wordsworth once wrote, "In a busy world, worn out by labor and dulled by pleasure, how welcome and grateful is solitude." And so, the timeless refrain returns. Go alone like a rhinoceros horn. Repeated often in the ancient Buddhist text, Sutta Nipāta, this phrase advises, if a relationship does not help you grow, walk alone. Do not cling out of fear. Let go of delusion and attachment. If you cannot walk with the wise and are tempted by the foolish, walk alone and do no harm. If you cannot find a true companion, walk alone and do good. Be like the elephant that leaves the noisy herd. Be free of corruption and illusion. Like a gold bangle clanging when paired with another, go alone like the rhinoceros horn. Desire is sweet but deceiving. See the suffering behind pleasure and walk alone. Like the lion unmoved by noise, the wind that slips through nets, and the lotus unstained by water, go alone like the rhinoceros horn. Do not fear death. Cut the ties of craving. Walk alone, steady and whole. When you long for quiet, we'll be here. Lotus night.